Okay, welcome everybody to our coffee break. You see, we've got a pretty good group of people to start this. So I'm not going to go over any specific subject, though I am going to introduce you to a few things that are new and that are going on, and then answer any of your questions that you have. Uh, can you see the screen, the command screen? I want to make sure we're seeing the right thing.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So this weekend they did an update, and the update has changed the way that where some of the downloading documents or uploading documents is. If you remember in the past, there used to be, I think it was right in here, there was a drop down where you could upload or drag and drop multiple documents and then have it all going at once. They've changed that now, and these boxes here on the side allow you to just drag a document. You can just drag a document off from your computer and drop it into that spot, and now the document's going to be there. Okay. So that is it. That is fine as long as you store the finished document on your computer. If you are storing it in DocuSign, in the DocuSign room, you've split it or you've had it signed, whatever you've done with the document is sitting there in the room. To get to that document, you're going to go into this box here now where it says attach files from. You're going to click on the drop down, and now you're going to click to DocuSign. Okay. And that's going to take you to your DocuSign account tied to this specific file, or yes, to this specific file. Now, I don't have anything tied to it, so it's not going to go anywhere. The other thing that you can do is if you have stored documents here in this custom folder, oh, you got to name a folder first. I'm sorry. Shows how much I've worked on this. Now, if I drag and drop this in, it'll go in there to that folder. Now, if I want to go back to my folder, and then I want to get the documents that I put in the custom folder, because I've seen that some people are loading finished documents in there, then you would go to the custom folders. I would think you'd go to the custom folders, and I don't know. Somehow that's supposed to work, but it doesn't look like it's doing anything right now. So sorry about confusing you. So realistically, the main thing you're going to use is going to default to my computer. And then if you click on DocuSign, it's going to try to take you into a DocuSign room, which I haven't created, so it's not going to do anything. And Irma was the one that showed me this. Irma, does a window just automatically come up when you click on that DocuSign, attach files from? Irma?
Yes.
Okay, so when you click on this, a window comes up, and then you choose the documents you want?
Correct. It'll be like it'll drop down, and you just pick the one. It's a drop down menu, and then you pick the one you want, and then it uploads it right to that spot.
Okay. Very good.
You don't actually, because before you had to go into, like, it would take you into the room and you found your document. Now it just drops down from here, so it's a little quicker.
Good. Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
Go ahead.
Okay, so that is the change in there. I don't think it's a little weird getting used to because you've got these boxes here, but at the same time, it makes it more obvious that there isn't a document in there. So that's a little easier. Okay, so that's the change in command. The next item that, bear with me, I took 3 weeks off from my coffee breaks and I don't remember what I'm doing anymore. So the next thing I wanted to show you, hopefully some of you have seen it. My Monday email that I send out to everyone is new and colorful and everything else. It does the same thing, but it basically is a little better visual wise. The first section is if you have an agent that is new and wanting to know where to go for their training, this is where they would go. They go here and they click on this. It's also a good spot for agents and TCs to go through if you want to get a kind of a refresher course on what's going on. And basically what it does, it clicks and it goes back into my shared documents like you're all used to seeing. Okay. Now I will tell you that I moved the documents to a new spot. So the old emails from prior to Monday, if you click on them, they're not going to go anywhere because there's no file left where the link is. Then the next will be shared documents. And this is the one that TCs and agents who are just in the process of working are going to use the most because it's going to take you to all of the shared documents that we've talked about over time. Okay. After that, we've got coffee break videos, and I am going to do my best to get these uploaded the same day as we have the coffee break, because I keep saying, oh, I'll get it done tomorrow or the weekend, and they never get done. So that's what's going to happen there. These two here, when you click on the link, it takes you to a Word document, and then there are the links, and you have to, I don't know if you can just click on it. Yeah, you just click on it and it's going to take you into the YouTube. Gosh, I can't get away from it. There we go. Okay. So that will be all the coffee break classes. And then the next one is going to be the compliance training videos, which very honestly, there's not a whole lot in there now, but I'm going to try to keep taking videos that we create from the coffee break class and get them split and upload there. I'm struggling with those because some of them don't come off very well when I go from a class format like this to a little snippet. So I may be having to just record them again to make that work. All right, next item is the Keller Williams calendar, Keller Williams AV calendar. This, hopefully a lot of you have seen this, but this is where the office is putting everything in this calendar. The other calendar that comes out of the back office of the Keller Williams site, we are not using anymore. There's a couple things left in here, but this is really where all the classes and so forth are. Trick that I like to do on this is I come up here where it says week and I click on that. And now I'm just looking at the week. It's a little larger and it's also a little easier to see. Okay. The other thing is you can take this and you can save this document to your browser. So you don't have to come in here to look at it every time. I've got it set up on my browser. So I just click on it and it opens. So that is that. And then, what did I just do? I just shut it down. Very good, Ken. Okay, and then after the calendar is the weekly, the advertisement or telling you about the coffee break. If you click on here, you'd have got to the same place that you got from going to my notice this morning. So either place takes you to this class. And then finally, the coffee break is now on the first, second, fourth, and last. And I say on last if there's 5 Wednesdays in a month, will be coffee break. The third Wednesday of every month is a new class, which is going to be Introduction to Compliance. And that is going to be, it's directed towards agents that are new coming into Keller Williams AV, either brand new agents in the business or coming from a different brokerage or moving from a different state. Okay. It's the same link, takes you to the same spot. And basically what I'm going to do is one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to go over in significantly more detail the links and where things are. It will not be where I'm going into detail on specific training or how specific processes. It's going to be more of a class showing you, helping new agents get comfortable of using this email that they get every Monday to get into the system and get learning as quick as possible. So if you are talking to an agent that is new and is feeling lost and doesn't know how to get into doing their processing of files and so forth, this is the class. The introduction class is the one you want them to go to. And it is a required class for all new agents. So that will be the first of those classes will be next Wednesday. Okay. Hopefully that's a little easier to use and a little more. I know what I was sending out for years was a little hard to read. So, all right. What else was I going to go over? Oh, the new class. Oh, okay. Excuse me. The next is I told you next week I'll be doing the introduction. The following week, which is the week of 9/22, or no, it'll be the 22nd, I'm going to redo. I don't know if how many of you remember, excuse me, the video that we did back the beginning of the year when we went in and when we did a video, we went in and I created a video, and then there were 2 PDFs that went along with it. This is the old video that's here now. Okay. And this video went through. This video went through all the submissions at one time and in one class. So what I am going to do starting on the 22nd, I'm going to go over just the listed section. And I may go over on the listed because that's fairly quick. I may go over some of the documents there's a couple things that are causing issues, the MLS or the exclusion from the MLS, and a couple other ones are causing some problems. I'm not thinking them right at the second, but I'd like to kind of highlight those so we can get up to speed on those quickly. The next on the 29th will be under contract, and then we'll be going through submitting to under contract. We'll be talking about the process, what you can expect on my reviews, that sort of thing. And then on the October the 6th, we're going to be going over the closed, submitting for closed, information that you're getting back to me when I put the documentation in the folder and what's in there so that you know what to look for and what to expect as a communication tool. And then some timing on that. And then the final class on 1013 is going to be a best practices. And I'm going to try to go through and use that class to go over some easy ways to respond after, or to see what's gone on after I've done a review, that sort of thing, so that everyone's up to speed. So, and that would be a great class, not only to watch, but to come in and get specific questions, because that's where we'd be talking about best practices of how we operate in the system on a daily basis. And if there's things that are causing problems for you and you'd like to even put a comment in on, can we do something about this or that? That would be the perfect class to be doing that. Okay. And then, so would be the best practice will be on the 13th, and then intro to compliance, the next for October will be on the 20th. And then after that, I'll go back to my normal cycle of reviewing, going over specific items. Those 4 classes, the listed under contract, closed, and best practices, will all end up as soon as I've run them and cut them down. After I'll be putting them in the coffee break also, but they will also be sitting in here. I will go in here and I will remove the documents under this compliance review process. And then I'll be putting in the new documents. The new 4 videos will be going in there. Okay. So if you aren't able to hit all 4 of those classes, you still will have those. And I promise you, I will get those out quickly. I'm not going to worry about them being perfect. I'm going to worry about them getting out so that you can see them, because the truth is that the coffee break classes probably are short-lived in terms of people wanting to see them. Those 4 classes will be long-term, but most coffee break classes, unless someone's scrolling through and sees a subject that they want to see, we probably won't see too much on that. So, okay. I think that's everything. Also, that if you're not getting this Monday email and it goes out at 7:30 in the morning, so it's not going to be all over the place the way we were before, because I can set this up and I set it up the day before, or I set it up on Friday. So it's going to go out to everyone right away. If you're not getting it, please contact me, and you don't have to, you can text me, you can call me, you can email me and say, hey, I'm not getting your Monday class. This is the email that I use. Okay. And then I'll go back into the program that we use for our emails now. I'll find out what email address that we have in there, because we may have an old email address. And I want to make sure that people are getting these emails. Okay. All right. That covers the items that I wanted to just kind of let everyone know about. Oh, one more thing. Amy has stepped in starting yesterday, today, tomorrow, and Friday. She wants to learn and get a better feeling of how the review process works in Command. So she is actually doing all the reviews from yesterday through Friday, this coming Friday. So if you do have questions, if you're not clear on something, go ahead and text me or send me an email and I'll help you get to the bottom of what you need to know. Okay? All right. That ends the main portion of our coffee break. Do I have anybody that has any questions or comments about what you just saw?
Hey, Ken, did they
Yes.
move the add comment button? I was trying to add a comment yesterday and I couldn't find it.
When you upload a document?
Well, yeah, you know where I put a comment for you on that particular file? I couldn't find where the add comment button went.
Oh my gosh. Well, the only reason I could get to that one is because it's already there.
Yeah, because go to the under contract section.
That's not there.
Yeah. Okay. It's just not me then.
No, and I didn't know it because I didn't do any reviews yesterday. Otherwise, I'd have wondered what was going on. Oh, here you go.
There.
So come over here to the three dots, add comment to checklist.
Okay.
There you go. And then you can put your comments in.
Okay. I'm glad I asked.
Thanks for giving me a heart attack. I thought, well, how am I going to, my system is designed up around that comment box.
You wouldn't be able to sleep tonight.
Yeah, I had to figure out what's going on. So all the stuff that was over here is now, if you want to add a document, I think this is adding a new line item document.
Oh, okay.
You click. So let's say you want you really shouldn't have to, but every once in a while people like doing that. You would just click on this and then you got to put the name of the document type, and then drag and drop the document in. And I believe it goes to the back end of the checklist, but I'm not 100% sure. Okay. I know a few people use that. And then export documents. I think that is new. So you can go in here, it looks like, and you can pick a section. And then you can say where you want to send it to. Oh, it looks like you send all the active documents that were in the listed section. So be a little careful when you do that. Okay. I'm not going to send this because my daughter would wonder what I was doing. Okay. Thank you. Good question, Irma.
Welcome.
Any other questions? Are you all excited about my colorful email? I worked very hard to make it nice and colorful for everybody. And not be an
That was
offensive
very
color.
colorful.
Thank you.
We're
You
very
wouldn't believe how many
politically
times I changed the colors around.
I believe it. Hey, why did they change the format in here for adding documents? Why did they change it like that? It seemed to be working better before.
I am guessing that there were complaints. It makes it a little more efficient. There were complaints that if you wanted to put everything, just keep dragging and dropping in, you had to go and open a new window, and then you had to drag the documents in there. And if you weren't careful, because I did this a few times, and I click outside of that new open window, the window would go away and disappear, and you'd have to start all over again. And then you'd have to click on submit or none of them would take either. So I think this probably works a little better because you can just drag it, and once you drop it in there, it's done. It's not going to go anywhere. And then when you're getting documents from DocuSign, I'm thinking it's probably a little cleaner, as Irma said, because you don't have to go into DocuSign anymore. It opens a window here that allows you to do that work instead of having to log into DocuSign, which was pretty clunky and clumsy and slow. Plus, there was times when it was hard to log into it. So that would be my guess, but I am not in the loop for all those big decisions. Okay. As far as I know, it also makes it a little, I do like this. Everything was all jammed right in around this under contract. And this makes, so for instance, here we had a second buyer. So this made it, it makes it much easier to see that I am on the second buyer. Okay. All right. Any other questions?
You realize there's only 7 people who got this message today.
Well,
There's only 7
doesn't hurt.
people on the call. 6 now.
Yeah, it just happens. I can't, it is what it is.
I
So
have a hard
hopefully,
time
well,
getting
and
on.
because I didn't advertise it for 5 weeks. So hopefully people will start getting used to it again and getting involved. But we've never had huge numbers. Normally only get about 11, 12. So. But that's 12 more people or 11 more people that know about things that they didn't before. So, okay. All right, everybody. Well, if
All right.
there's no more questions, I'm going to thank you very much. And we will, I don't know if I'll be seeing any of you guys next week because you're all experienced agents, but if not, I will hopefully see you again in 2 weeks. Have a great rest of your day, everybody.
Thank you, Ken.
Bye.
And